Okay, so we start the movie and we know where we are. It's New York because there's the Statue of Liberty, but something's going on up above, man. Oh shit, there's terrorists parachuting down. I mean, there's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. Panic spreading far and wide. Who's gonna turn the tide? G.I.JOE! Oh yeah, that's right, G.I. Joe, a real American hero, are totally bitch slapping the shit out of Cobra. And while they're doing it, they're protecting Lady Liberty as well. Don't know why they want to do that though, because she's French. But who gives a shit? We got the greatest opening for an animated movie of all time. And then the movie begins and we're at Cobra Island. And Serpentor, the Cobra Emperor, has finally had enough of Cobra Commander's constant fuck-ups. And then when Cobra Commander tries to get other Cobra members to back him up, oh, they all just turn on him. What a bunch of fucking cocksmiths. So while they're all arguing, oh, this intruder just breaks into the Terrordrome, and when Cobra Troopers go and investigate, oh, look, she's just got some face huggers from Alien, totally original idea there. And then when the Cobra higher-ups find out, Cobra Commander's like, alright, I'm going to take you guys, we're going to go fuck this intruder up. And then he doesn't do that. He sees the intruder and he's like, no, let's go this way. So the intruder makes her way to Serpentor's war room, fucking up every Cobra troop in the way, and then she's all like, haha, I'm right here, Serpentor, and he's like, I'm going to fuck you up with my snake. She takes her cloak off, alright, he gets a boner. She reveals her name is Pythona, and she's like, hey, Serpentor, I need you to steal this thing called the BET. So then we cut to the Himalayas and there's the Joes and they're testing the BET. So while they're testing it, it activates all the Joes' weapons and vehicles, and Cross Country's Havoc just goes for a stroll. So he's chasing after it and then he's coming back, he's like, oh shit, look, it's Cobra! So Cobra's attacking the Joes and the Joes are attacking back going, yo, Joe! So Duke and Serpentor have a little bitch slapping fight. It's like, I'm fuck you up, Duke. He's like, nah, I'ma fuck you up, Serpentor. And Duke gets the upper hand and Serpentor is captured. And when the Baroness is all like, we gotta help Serpentor, Cobra Commander's like, nah, fuck that dick. Fucking Cobra, retreat! So the rest of the Cobra forces retreat and the Joe send a little squadron led by Robot to go fuck them up. So Robot's squad catch up with Cobra, they're fucking up Cobra. Cobra goes and hides in a little cabin, and when the Joes get in, holy shit. Cobra's suddenly got the upper hand with all these weird dudes and the Joes get wrecked. And Cobra Commander's like, yeah, nice one guys. And then the big dude bitch slaps Cobra Commander. And then Pythona turns up and she's like, oi Dreadnoks, make yourself useful and go rescue Serpentor. So back at Joe headquarters, the Joes realise because they got the BET and Serpentor that Cobra's going to come and try and fuck them up. And because they haven't got Roadblock and his crew, they're going to get wrecked. So Flint's like, alright, I'm going to take a squad to go and find them. Leave yourself with less men, Flint. Brilliant idea, you spack. And General Hawk? Oh, he just okays this idea. And then Duke says Beachhead's trying to train these new recruits quicker so they'll be ready for the fight. And who are the new recruits? They're the Rawhides, and they're comprised of Tunnel Rat, Big Lob, Chuckles, Jinx, Law, his dog Order, and Lieutenant Falcon. But Lieutenant Falcon? Yeah, he's not getting trained. Instead, he's after some sweet poontang. So while Falcon's showing off for his lady friend, Duke suddenly turns up and he's like, what the fuck are you doing, dickhead? So his lady friend gets kicked off the base, but then we find out that it was really Serana. And because of Falcon's sweet lust for poontang, the Dreadnoks now know how to penetrate G.I. Joe base. So later that night, Jinx is making some repair work on a Havoc and Falcon's like, I fancy some Asian booty. So he goes and spanks her one. And she's all like, you're meant to be guarding Serpentor. And he's all like, relax babe. And he's going through all these security measures which are impossible to get through, but oh look, the Dreadnoks, Nemesis Enforcer and Pythona are getting through them. So they get through the security measures, big fight breaks out, Alpine, Gung-Ho and Bazooka get wrecked and Serpentor gets away. And whose fault is it? It's Lieutenant Falcon's. And General Hawk's like, right, that's it mate. You're fucked. And Falcon is imprisoned and going to be put on court-martial. And back at the Himalayas, Cobra Commander is going to be put on trial himself for crimes against the Cobra-La civilization. So back with Falcon, it's pretty clear he's fucked. Until Duke steps in and he's like, Falcon's my half-brother. So rather do what they were probably going to plan and imprison him or dishonorably discharge him, they're going to send Falcon to the slaughterhouse. And back at Cobra-La, the Cobra-La leader Globulus gives us a little bit of Cobra-La history. And he basically says the Cobra-La civilization predates the human civilization and they're butthurt and they want the planet back. And it turns out that Cobra Commander is a Cobra member and he was sent out to destroy the human race. And he royally fucked up in that regard. So Globulus' new plan is he's going to launch these spores into space, the spores will explode, it'll rain down on the human race and turn them into monsters. But it's cool because the Cobra guys are going to be spared. And as for Cobra Commander, yeah, his punishment is they're going to use one of the spores on him. So out in the middle of nowhere, there's a Joe Tomahawk flying around and Lieutenant Falcon's on board and Lift Ticket just fucking kicks Falcon out of the helicopter, brilliant! And then when Falcon lands, he's suddenly surrounded by 3 other dudes and they're gonna rip him apart until their leader turns up. Holy shit, it's Sergeant Slaughter, baby! That's right, a WWE legend was also a member of G.I. Joe, which probably makes him one of the most manliest men ever to walk the face of the earth. And those 3 guys, yeah, they're Slaughter's renegades: Mercer, Red Dog, and Taurus. Back at Cobra-La, a mutated Cobra Commander is going to be thrown into the cell with Roadblock and the Joes, but the Roadblock and the Joes are going to escape. So when the cell's open, the Joes break out of there, and as they're running off, Cobra Commander stops Roadblock, and then when Roadblock looks at the other Joes, oh, they're just getting tentacle raped. That's fine. Thanks, movie. I mean, I'm not totally surprised because this was animated by a Japanese animation studio, so whatever. Cobra Commander tells Roadblock that he knows a way out of Cobra-La, but the catch is Roadblock's got to take him with him. So as they're trying to escape, Nemesis Enforcer turns up out of nowhere and blinds Roadblock. But Roadblock and Cobra Commander are able to get away. The spores are now being launched into space. And then Cobra Commander's faceplate falls off, and then we realise he's turning into a snake. Duke ends up contacting Sergeant Slaughter with a mission to go and infiltrate the Terrordrome to find out what happened to Roadblock and his men. So Slaughter and the Renegades are off to Cobra Island. Meanwhile, the Joes lock up the BET in a civilian security lab, thinking Cobra would never think to look there. But it turns out the Baroness was one of the security guards all along. Man, G.I. Joe, you are terrible. So Slaughter and the Renegades end up at Cobra Island, and it's a good thing for them that Mercer is an ex-Cobra Viper because he knows how to infiltrate the Terrordrome. So they get into the air ducts, they come across Serpentor giving a speech about how the Baroness has found the BET and how they're going to fly it back to Cobra-La. So Slaughter and Renegades take out a couple of security guards, they load up with some weapons, Slaughter plants a bomb, they start wrecking as much shit as possible while Falcon tries to contact Joe headquarters. But unfortunately Falcon ends up getting caught by a couple of Vipers and then he's bitch slapped by Serpentor and Serpentor's like, tell me what I want to know, and Falcon's like, eat a dick, Serpentor, because all he's got to do is hold out for 5 more minutes. And then Serpentor's like, alright, meet my mate Nemesis Enforcer. But lucky for him, Slaughter and the Renegades turn up to save him. Nemesis Enforcer chucks a facehugger at Sergeant Slaughter, starts bitch slapping him up. Serpentor's like, yeah, make him your bitch. Then the Renegades open fire on Serpentor and Serpentor's like, oh no, it's Nemesis Enforcer, save me. Falcon saves Sergeant Slaughter from his face rape situation. They get on their boats, they get out of there, and the Terrordrome blows up. And now Cobra are fucking pissed. So they're going to launch an attack on the Joes. General Hawk's going to take charge of the air attack while Duke's going to take charge of the ground assault. So the battle rages on and we got a lot of Yo Joes and a lot of Cobras, but Cobra is winning. And Cobra get the BET and victory is within their grasp, but here comes Slaughter and the Renegades. But then Serpentor whips out a rocket launcher and he gives the Cobra-La battle cry, which is Cobra-La la 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 la. And I'ma tell you, that battle cry fucking sucks. So the rocket hits Sergeant Slaughter's Triple T tank, it topples over. Duke sees Falcon in trouble and he goes to help his half-brother. And Serpentor's about to fuck up Lieutenant Falcon, but Duke's like, oi, nobody beats up my little brother but me, shithead. But Serpentor turns one of his snakes into a spear, he chucks it at Falcon, and then Duke steps in front of him and takes the spear right in the heart. Holy fuck. So Cobra escapes with the BET, and then we get Duke's death scene. The Joes are gathered around Duke, and then Duke gives one last Yo Joe, and then he dies. Oh wait, no, he didn't die, he's just in a coma. You know, the snake got him in the heart, but then the wound's on the other side of it. Well, what the fuck, movie? Good fucking thing to know that if a snake bites me in the heart, it'll just put me in a coma. So Cobra take the BET back to Cobra-La, and they're going to use the BET to transmit energy to the spores to make them explode. So because Cobra-La are using the BET right now, the Joes are able to pinpoint the location of it. Meanwhile, Roadblock, with a now snakified Cobra Commander, are just wandering around in the storm, and then Flint's group find Roadblock. So Flint's group radio back to Joe headquarters, but all that's left there are the Renegades because they're not ready for a fight yet. And General Hawk's taken the rest of the Joe troop to the Himalayas, they find Cobra-La, they go in to fuck them up, and they get tentacle raped as well. So all that's left now is Flint's group and the Rawhides. The Rawhides meet up with Flint's group, they infiltrate into Cobra-La, they use some Dreadnought swamp fires to launch an attack, and because of their actions, they're able to rescue the rest of the Joes, and we got the entire Joe team against Cobra and Cobra-La. So while this huge fight's happening, Slaughter takes Jinx and Lieutenant Falcon with him to the BET. Waiting at the BET is Globulus, Serpentor, Nemesis Enforcer, and Pythona. Slaughter takes on Nemesis Enforcer, Jinx takes on Pythona, and Lieutenant Falcon takes on Serpentor. All 3 members of the Joe team win, and then Lieutenant Falcon has to fight Globulus. And Lieutenant Falcon's able to beat Globulus. So Globulus makes an escape for it. He's like, suck my dick, G.I. Joe, I'll be back. Spoiler alert, he doesn't come back. But they're too late because the spores are ready. So they're going to overload the BET to fry him. So Falcon's like, go on, get out of here, leave me, save yourselves. And Slaughter's like, Falcon, we all go home or nobody goes home. So Slaughter gets his belt, Jinx grabs one end, he starts swinging her around, Falcon jumps for it, he grabs her ankles and he's safe. So the entire Joe team make a retreat, they get out of there and the entire Cobra-La base explodes. So the Joes won. And then the icing on the cake is Doc radios in General Hawk and says, hey, Duke came out of his coma. So the Joes are all celebrating. And that was pretty much G.I. Joe the movie.
Cobra-La,